Alright, we are live with session 38 of Out of the Abyss. Oh, there's a bunch of Zahndohr on the map. Who would like to tell us what happened last time?
Last time, we finally made it to the surface, and there are demons here. And it seems like it's some kind of minor problem spread over a whole big area, so we decided to head for the nearest large city, which ended up being the dwarf city of Gauntlgrym. And we were spending some time in town, hanging out with people, not being stalked by drow at any given moment, which is kind of a novelty. And shopping and figuring out what we were going to tell all the bigwigs, because apparently there's a whole meeting that's going on that we arrived in time for.
That does sound about... And when last we met, you guys had been given lodgings. You were questioned, not really interrogated or anything, but questioned. Also shown around the first floor. There are a bunch of mine carts with magically mine tracks leading around everywhere with magically locomotive mine carts that you would hop in, take a ride, get to where you're going, and hop out.
Yep. Nice place. Convenience.
That sounds like fun.
There was someone who recognized Zahndohr, or no, didn't recognize him, but recognized his weapon, I think. Or
there was another Gith that, decided that I should have titles.
Mm-hmm.
And I agreed with him.
You recognized
you killed a Mind Flayer Arcanist.
And something about him made him seem like a bitch. I don't remember the specifics, I just remember, man, that guy's actually a bitch.
You got whisperings from the sword that the impression of this Gith is that he is more loyal to the queen and not actually the Githyanki.
Yeah, and he's not all about killing mind flayers like he should be.
How rude of him.
Right?
Allowing mind flayers to continue to exist on your plane of existence?
Get the hell out of here.
Absolutely ridiculous. What will they come up with next?
Look, they shouldn't exist on any plane of existence, alright? This is just the one that they, happen to be on at the moment. So it's where we're working.
Just get doing the work one plane at a time.
It's the hard work, but somebody's got to do it.
So on this particular day, you were given basically free reign to shop, to head around and meet anybody you wanted to meet. You had been seeing some representatives of various factions of Faerun in the city. The main chamber that you have been seen so far is called the Vault of Kings. It is heavily patrolled. Most of the inhabitants live and work on this particular section of town. Is that? Not popping up. Tabs over my table. Okay. And at this point, several dwarves approach. They read off your names from a roll of parchment they have. We have been sent to summon you.
Well, if you're sent to summon us, we may as well get summoned. Seems like a polite thing to do. Head. Polish the helmet. Put it on.
And as they lead you now, they are leading you less as guards and more as an escort.
Okay, it's better. I can work with that.
Again, they take you through some mine carts. They take you around sections of this floor. A lot of what you see looks like there is work that is being done in this section of the town. You pass a few what might seem like religious locations that have been defaced, that are being repaired and refurbished. There are some hallways that have been blocked that there are dwarves working to clear. It is not a super fast process, but they are working on it. You know, steady teams clearing rubble, carting the rubble out somewhere. So at some point, this town was messed up.
Is this, like, recent?
It does not appear
Or-
to be recent, no.
Okay. Is this something I would know about historically then, or?
Probably. This seems to have happened. Let's see, I want to say within the past 50 years or so?
So not likely due to our demon issues.
No, this seems to have
At
been
least
before the demon issues.
Yeah, this was like the refounding of the city, right?
Yes. And you are led to the royal chambers. There are a lot of guards. Those that are proficient in Arcana immediately get a feeling that there are spells in effect here. Not that they are easily to identify, but they are definitely the feel of magic in the air.
Yeah, we had rode previously on a zone of truth, I believe, at some point, right?
Each of the questioning groups that separated you were casting a zone of truth.
Got it. Okay,
That was not a permanent thing.
understood.
This seems to be a permanent thing.
Let's not tell a lie.
Okay. Yeah. We'll take a walk. Follow them into this lovely room. And see
I'm
what's
assuming
going
this
on.
is some kind of enchanted for security's sake thing, but not too worried about it. I'm not planning an assassination, so
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So I think we're okay.
probably.
It's Gauntlgrym.
Yes.
I am in full armor with helmet, so I don't know how that would work if like a true seeing effector's on or anything like that, because I know true seeing would technically see my true form. But I'm in armor, so I don't think it would see through the armor, technically. It would just see me like it would see a weird image, I think like a double image or something like that.
To your gross face.
Just shapeshift to look like the king. What could go wrong?
Yeah, yeah, something like that. let's not do that.
We're just gonna assassinate him and replace him with a shapeshifter. I don't see why everyone's so good.
We even brought our own shapeshifter.
Yes, exactly. That's not going to look suspicious at all.
One of these had a picture.
Oh, that's like the gates.
Yeah, that's the gates of Gauntlgrym. I can't share the picture of Brunor.
Oh, can you put it in Discord, maybe?
Let's see if I can put it here in the chat.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That's our boy.
Sweet.
So this is like the Dwarven King, basically.
Yeah. You are taken to a mighty hall in which a red-haired dwarf of fierce and proud demeanor sits upon a massive stone throne, flanked by a number of guards and advisors. There is a long stone table on one side, laid out with refreshments. There don't seem to be any other guests. Just you, some guards, and the king. Welcome, friends. I have a mind to know about the rumblings and rumors about goings on in the depths outside my city. If you relate to me what you know, we can talk about what you might want to do next. And he motions to the table.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Get a seat at the table. This is fancy.
Well, we appreciate the warm welcome. Afraid I don't know much about the rumors. All we've seen is a whole lot of rather unfortunate truths. Namely, the presence of demons. Large numbers of demons, and a number of large demons.
And
Particularly...
a demon lord, right? Did you mention that?
Oh, at least one demon lord that I've seen, and, well, the presence of another that we felt.
Yeah, influence.
Never
yeah.
got face to face with, what was the Pudding King? What was his master? It was,
Gubelex.
Gubelex, is that it? Yes.
Gubelex.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Bruno
yes,
kind
the
of
Faceless Lord.
Raises his hand to stop you. Jublex, what other demon lords have you seen so far? Or
Demogorgon.
evidence of?
Encountered Demogorgon face to face, as it were, from but a moment. We fled, and we're still alive. Of course we did. But...
It wasn't face to face. It was face to like a couple of yards, maybe 100 yards down the way.
Several yards away.
Entirely too close, Zahndohr.
I just want to make
remember
sure
that
that he
time.
knew that we weren't insane to actually try to like have a conversation with him.
Well, we weren't insane before he showed up.
I'm
So
not
close-
insane now.
Close enough to see him, but far enough away not to go insane. See? There you go.
Yes. But besides seeing him for a moment, his influence was all over the place. Numerous creatures mutated with his power. And cults, various cults driven somewhat mad.
And
I'm not sure.
probably an entire city. Dawn, I imagine, is basically what you said.
City is a strong word for Slibadoop. But, yes, at least a town. A notable settlement for the Underdark. Things spit smaller down there. Wiped out. Then his influence was... cults of his influence were also affecting the Dwergar city.
Yeah.
And the two-headed stone giants.
Oh yeah, things are growing two heads. I don't suppose you've seen that happening around here, because that could be a very bad sign.
Nobody I've seen here has two heads.
Oh, that's good.
And Zahndohr, I suppose you'd be the one to ask. Do you think the Mind Flayer and his deep call, was that related to Chaos Lord, or was that simply someone taking advantage of the confusion?
Mind flayers are... proud is the wrong word. Arrogant is the word I guess I would use. They don't really work for other people.
An unrelated incident, then. Most likely already dealt with.
Could be taking...
Opportunistic bastards.
I like this guy!
He listens and nods gravely occasionally. For the most part, he doesn't interrupt you except to ask for, clarifying questions. What you may, stop and repeat that detail again to see if he can try to get a better sense of what happened, type of thing.
There is at least one point when Obzam just starts spouting a thesis dissertation about disturbances in the Phaserus, and he does need to be interrupted. But aside from that.
Just kick Obzam.
Yes, oh yeah, demons, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Probably the reason why magic is weird. Yes, sadly. Detail.
Don't embarrass us, okay? It's in front of a king.
It's important information.
They don't need to know their eating habits, okay? Come on.
I have organized a feast later this evening. You will be the guests of honor. I have invited our other representatives as well. You've given me much to think on before that, though.
Yes, I do need to ask, what exactly can be done about something like this? I mean, Demon Lord manifested on the material plane is not a small problem.
Yeah, it's not good. It's clearly not good. Not good at all.
I'm gonna meet with some of my advisors and try to figure that out. In the meantime, enjoy yourselves. I will send word when the feast is to start. He kind of real quickly glances over everybody. What is Obzam's current form of the mantle?
Probably the Mythal Cloak.
He stops for a moment when he glances at Obzam, seems to be taking it in. If any of you need the assistance of a tailor, I can make some available for a quick job.
There's some form of dress code that adamantine armor does not live up to?
If you decide it doesn't.
darn it. Should have gone with a medium-sized creature so I could have worn the drow clothes. They were fancy. Okay, well, whatever.
I'm sure
They
the
might look...
dwarves would have loved that.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe not a good idea,
Show up in
actually.
a drow dress, you know.
That's fine. I'll look for something fancy. It's not good.
You do have that cloak of billowing.
I do have the Cloak of Billowing. That is definitely going to stay with me. It'll look very cool regardless.
Alright.
Now I must prepare.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
good
you, sir.
meeting you.
Yes. Pleasure meeting you as well. Oh, I had
Yes. Did you have something else?
Oh yeah, I had one other thing we found. I believe the remains have already been interred, but this, I believe, a relic of the Dwarven royal family. I mean, I'll pull out the amulet had found down there and intended to return. Not sure if this is the right moment, but I'm not sure there ever is a right something like this.
He glances to the side at one of the guards, who then steps up and, carefully holds his hands out.
Mm-hmm. Hand it over.
And he will then take it up to the king. I will notify the family. Thank you.
Of course. Say, was not the only dwarven hero that we found. This is what I'm wearing now is the cloak of Angrym Silverhand. I must admit I'm loath to offer that in the same way I do the amulet, given what we have faced and what we are still likely to face in the future, but I would be happy to recount the tale of his of his demise. He indeed died a hero's death.
I've heard tales. He served my ancestors.
Yes, Harnum Battlehammer. One of his personal guard. In the end, he outlived both his charge and the beast that slew them, but not by long.
Mantle of Arngrim is more than just a relic. It is a position of great import.
Obzam kind of stands up a little bit straighter.
You would accept that. Reword this. If you would accept that, it would be a great honor, but also a great responsibility.
Obzam just kind of if you would offer to me, I would accept. We can discuss what the responsibility will be afterwards, but
We can speak later on it.
of course.
In the meantime, keep it well, and may it keep you well.
Obzam will bow and be escorted out.
As the door closes, the guards stab you in the back and no.
I am vulnerable to piercing
Drow
damage, right?
at all times.
We
It is
actually
the
never
Drow thing.
actually left the Drow prison. We've just been going through the whole illusion gauntlet this entire time.
It's the demon madness,
It was all a dream.
So presumably you have a few hours. Is there anything anybody would like to do in the meantime?
when we're outside, I'll be like, "What did he mean about a tailor?" And just kind of like look at our clothes. It's just like,
We shabby.
Oh,
Was that like an underhanded insult?
I think it may have been a hint that we should.
I just polished the armor. I can't imagine anything more fashionable than adamantine and myth. Really.
I mean, maybe a nice cloak.
I do have a cloak. It's made of mithril. Look at it. It's beautiful.
I don't know. You guys are weird.
Okay. Maybe I'll leave the helm that cloaks my face in shadow and makes my eyes glow behind. Maybe that's a bit much.
Yeah, that might be a little overdoing it. Yeah. just maybe.
I believe the term they use is tacky.
You're tacky. Oh. Okay. That is a term. That makes sense.
You just get used to a few things down there. Maybe get unused to them.
Is that what it is? Okay. So So what are we gonna do then? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's maybe we should hit up a clothing store and see if we can get some nicer clothes, a tailor, or something.
Also, just checking Gunther. You know you're muted and you haven't been talking this whole time.
Yeah, but sorry, I was eating,
Okay.
so I didn't want to.
Oh yeah. No worries. Just making sure that's happened once or twice.
Yeah, that's so good.
All right, cool. All right, yeah. Go ahead and take a few hours. Presumably, some of us will go make some attempt to be presentable, and others will not.
Should also, I guess, have a bath.
Yes, a bath would probably be useful too.
A bath you can have. That is fine. If you do wish to buy fine clothes, you can find them. They are 15 gold pieces.
Sure. Let's go fancy. We want to make an impression. A good one.
I'm just saying, my outfit costs a lot. 50.
Look, there's a difference between fashionable and cost and expensive, okay? So just because it's expensive does not mean it's fashionable.
Yeah, just got a fancy party, like a Lamborghini pulls up and someone gets up, and the next thing it just rolls up is just like a main battle tank, and it is a more expensive vehicle.
Does not make it better for this environment. Sorry.
I feel like that's just, you got the wrong. Tank is always sexy.
Is that what it is? Okay. We'll go with that, I suppose.
Okay, fine. I'll get the nice clothes, but I'm still wearing the mithril cloak.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm wearing the cloak of billowing, so it's all good.
Half our party's wearing magic cloaks because we're just weird.
You say weird, but I say we ballin'.
Is just wearing a magic item, is that tacky or fashionable? Where's it? Where styles at?
It really depends on what it looks like. If it's a little overly done, it can be tacky. Absolutely.
Like a robe of stars, I feel like is a...
Oh, this looks good. Don't worry.
Suddenly that looks okay. Oh, I see. There's the standards.
Okay. Is Zahndohr wearing like the half plate or whatever he's got
on? Probably not to dinner, but he would be normally wearing it because he expects Drow and/or Mind Flayer treachery at any point.
Because we just spent the last 3 months in the Underdark where everything is trying to kill us, and also you have no other expectations for what the material plane is. No other baseline expectation for what the material plane is like besides that. So
Speaking of which, did he feed us during that meeting or no?
Yes, there was food and refreshments there.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good was that food?
Depending on your palate, a 10.
Given that Zahndohr's experience with food has been survival rations for expeditions into the Underdark to kill mind flayers,
And tasteless magic food.
and yeah,
And then like one actual decent meal at an inn in Blingdenstone.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did have a decent meal. That's correct.
I don't even know if I would count that as a decent meal by comparison.
Well, compared to the rest of it.
It was very good food, yes.
Yeah, so at some point when we leave there, it's also like, why does all of the food not taste like that?
Oh, right. Well, you see, to make food taste like that, you sort of need a giant city, and you need about 20 people who have spent their entire lives doing nothing but becoming better at making food. And the results are absolutely worth it. Oh, and you need the ingredients brought in from over like 100 square miles of farmland and ranches and everything else. So, it's a little bit of trouble to make things taste like that, but, I mean, okay, what you need to understand about, like, material plane royalty and hierarchy in general is it's really just an elaborate way of arranging to see who gets to eat the best food. And so you work your way up to becoming, like, a minor nobleman, or eventually, like, baron or lord, and eventually you get to be king. You get to be king, then you get the best food.
You can see the wheels working in Zahndohr's head as if he is trying to decide how he would become king.
Look what you've done. Look what you've done. This is all your fault.
Because apparently, food doesn't have to suck.
Yes, or you get yourself very close to a king. And that does come with, like, a few minor downsides. Every once in a while you have to fight a war, things like that. I'm probably going to be sent off to go fight demons, but also I get to eat at the table he's being served at. You really see how it all works out.
The good and the bad, I suppose.
Why? How does it work in the astral plane? Like, I guess you don't have food, so how do you know who's the most important?
Oh, if you need to be told, then that's just... There's no use. There's no... Fuck. There's no...
No point explaining it.
Yeah. AKA, he has no fucking idea.
Why do we have a hierarchy in the plane? It doesn't make sense. There's no food.
It's probably who's killed the most the most bad guys. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of bad guys, but
that's roughly how we organize it too. But then there's at the end of it, once you killed the most bad guys, then you get the best food.
The problem is that mind flayers don't have ears. Their skulls are flat and round. They have little holes that they use to hear with. So you can't like take a necklace of ears. They don't really have teeth. Their bones are more like
tentacles. They're little tentacle mouths. You could take those. It'd be kind of.
But the problem is they are organic, and then they begin to decompose, and it's just it begins to not smell very good.
Have you tried pickling?
Oh no!
Explain to me what a pickle is.
That sounds like it might smell worse.
I'm gonna go find like the nearest place where one can purchase a variety of pickles.
You're gonna teach him how to pickle things.
I'm gonna teach him what pickles are and how to pickle things.
How to pickle a mind flayer tentacle? Go ahead. That'd be great. Should be an excellent choice.
Just having a very normal afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely, very normal right now. Everything.
Pickles are okay. With an 11, Zahndohr's not opposed to pickles. He can see the. I can see the appeal.
So the flavor is all right, but really, what you're looking at there is that you see that egg. That egg is like a year or two old, And it still tastes pretty decent, right? Normally they go bad after about like a week or two, but it still tastes like. And so what you're looking at with the mind flayer is you do that to them, and then they'll last, good long while, and they'll smell, but they'll smell like, vinegar rather than rotting mind flayer. Significant improvement.
That's true. That would be a significant improvement.
I don't know who would consider that an improvement. Mind flayer is a mind flayer. Why would you want to pickle one?
So that I can preserve it forever to show how many mind flayers I have slain. Take that, disembodied voice. I'm not going insane.
Yeah, there's also the spell, Gentle Repose, also known as Wizard Pickle.
True.
That's a funny thing to call it, for sure.
I mean, it has some similar effects, but I don't know if I would call it pickling.
I cast Wizard Pickle.
Okay, moving on. Yes, we gave our fancy clothes.
I'm in a weird mood tonight. All right.
Yep. I check Obzam like 3 times to make sure he doesn't mess up his outfit, and I have to convince him to take off that armor multiple times.
Crumble.
I don't think he does.
No, I do take off the armor eventually, but I do keep the mithril cloak.
What are you gonna do with that sword?
Look, this is just an extremely fashionable belt accessory. It doesn't have a blade most of the time, so...
It literally lights up the room.
Only when the blade
That's
is
just his
extended.
personality.
Right. Okay.
As long as the
lit,
room
it's
is
fine.
well lit, then it won't seize control of my mind and force me to draw it, so...
Okay, good. We'll keep
But just to be clear, if the sword does feel uncomfortable, I will have no choice.
Okay. Fair.
At that point, I'm no longer in the driver's seat.
Dawnbringer
we'll
is very comfortable here.
Oh.
Good, nice level of ambient illumination. He's also, seen the actual sun for the first time in ever recently, so I imagine that was very nice.
I thought all dwarves loved the dark, but it is very bright in here.
You see, it's less about loving the dark and more about hating the sky. It's really just like a giant hole you can fall up into, and we prefer to avoid that sort of thing.
Do you fall up in the sky? Who does that?
Do many dwarves fall upward into the sky?
Well, I think it was just the one, but that was a very long time ago, but it was very memorable, and I think it set a few precedents ever since.
Is that why dwarves are extra heavy now? They just to make sure they keep down the ground?
I think that has to do more with living in the tunnels. You just get denser down.
Ah, okay.
Except for the drow. They're weird, but always have.
So a few hours go by, and if you are not all together, or even if you are all together, each of you receives a sending spell.
Oh, letting us know that it's time.
Are our tables
Yes.
ready?
That's a sending spell for a buzzer that says your table's ready. It's great. It's a very expensive one. This is a very fancy place.
All right, yeah. We'll head to the shindig, where we definitely won't accidentally start any duels.
Yeah, absolutely. Be fine. Turned out we get there and it's really just a ritual sacrifice, and then we're this is our last meal. But that's okay. We're gonna enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
This is our version of the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
Just Demogorgon shows up, shoots everyone with crossbows.
In the feast hall. The feast hall is rather large. There is a several smaller tables set out. Each one seems to have a general similar motif. Like one of them has a few people with that symbol.
Ah. I know that one. I don't think my character would, but I know it.
One of them has people with that symbol. There's also that symbol at one.
Lots of groups.
Yep, that symbol is at one.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
You know, if you want to fight demons, they seem like reasonable people to invite.
Sure, makes sense.
At the Harper's table, kind of standing behind and slightly to the side of one of the people, the guy that seems to be in charge, there is a shield guardian.
Giant robot.
Yes.
Gunther just walks over, starts taking notes. I'm trying to figure out how to turn one of those into a horse.
I mean, I shared how you do that. Just kind of whistle.
And you guys are escorted to the high table along with where the king is at.
Ooh. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
This is why he wanted us to dress up. See?
Yep.
See?
Shit, did anyone prepare enhance ability charisma?
As you walk in, there is an I don't know what he would be, a caller who's like at the door who announces your presence by name.
Oh.
And,
Yeah, we had a group name.
Representatives at every table stand up. Oh, there is another. I don't have an image for his flag, but there is another table with the Githyanki Linvor.
Oh,
And
fun.
a few other Githyanki attendants there too.
Are they like sitting with him, or are they on their own?
They are sitting with him.
Gotcha. So they have also given up the path of pickling mind flayers. Cowards.
And there are a few other tables kind of further out as well with dwarves, general population, right? Not representatives of any particular faction, just people that are here at the feast. Dwarves, a few drow, some gnomes, even a couple orcs, a few humans.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
And then after you are introduced and brought up to the table, each one, Brunor basically gestures to each table, and the representative at the Harper's table, Lord Zelleround Roaringhorn, at your service. He kind of bowed. And then Yeah, he doesn't actually say he's a harper, even though he has the insignia on his cloak, like lapel. And then the next one, representing the Order of the Gauntlet, I am Sir Laniver Strail. The next one...
Bill, representing the Centaur.
No, a female dwarf stands up. I represent the Emerald Enclave. I am Morista Malkin. And then a half-elf stands up at the next one. I am Lord Eravine Hound. I represent the Lord's Alliance. And from the last one with the winged serpent. Looks human. She is dressed in mostly black, kind of hiding her features. She does not announce her faction. And I am Davra Jasur. Everybody can roll me a... Would that be a history check? If you don't recognize the
9.
image.
What image?
The
last
winged serpent
flag
of the
with
Centaur.
winged serpent, yeah.
Oh, I thought.
Suck at history.
Look, I was a kid when I left. I didn't learn any of this junk.
I don't care about the people up here.
Me neither. Unless they're mind flayers.
Gunther recognizes it as Zentarum.
I will mention that to everybody. I just whispered. Ah, that's a Centaur fag.
Who are they?
I'm gonna look at you, Zahndohr, and just quietly.
Xander's eyes get bigger and his head does a little shake like. Yeah? Like, I don't know how you expect me to know these things.
Yeah, right?
I don't know too. It's just search my memory. I just know this is Zentarium fag. I don't know what a Zentarium is.
They're
That's okay.
nasty mercenaries. Try to
They are
take over things every once in a while.
evil assassin mercenaries.
They're dangerous people, is what they are, and dangerous times they could be useful to have, or they might stab you in the back. So
Oh, like Drow.
yes, they're sort of like Drow, but on the surface.
And then he, I'm assuming you guys introduced your group name too.
The Celestial Wanderers.
These are the Celestial Wanderers. They have recently brought word of demonic incursions in the Underdark and the appearance of demon lords that I have spoken to you about. There is a slight cheer more from the further gatherings on the outskirts of the room, not from the actual representative tables.
We got cheered? Okay.
Yes, you got cheered.
I'll take
Not
it.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think
I feel
of that. but
I
okay.
feel like we like when they announce us the Celestial Wanderers, we have to do like a magical girl transformation
Force
sequence.
pose?
We do like moon, star, sun, and then
Oh my god, that's
got, like, the-
hysterical.
you like summon the moon, wave out whirl out the cloak of stars. I pull out Dawnbringer, and they.
Sure.
Maybe not now. A little tacky.
I want you all to provide named attack cards for special moves and spells now.
There we go.
I do have a +5 to performance.
You can be our choreographer.
The
Solar Avenger.
The feast itself, the food is even better than what you had at the meeting a little earlier.
Oh my god!
Several dwarves are basically serving courses throughout the evening. Not everybody is staying at their table. There is a few mingling. Some of the people get up and walk to the other tables and talk amongst themselves, or one of the faction representatives might sit at somebody else's table for a while. And throughout the evening, most of them basically come over to your table and kind of, what is the word? Not really discuss anything now, but talk about meetings later on to discuss details. They want further information that they can digest themselves, type of thing.
They all want private meetings.
Private audiences, yes.
Got it. Okay. We have to schedule all these. How annoying.
Should hire somebody to schedule these for us.
We did a secretary.
And the evening, several hours pass by. There are a few bards that perform as well.
Fun.
Enjoy the ambiance.
I'm just enjoying the food.
Zinder's also enjoying the food. He's going to have a bad time when the aftermath of all of this fancy food. How's the wine?
Dangerous question.
That's a good question.
Or-
roll me a Constitution check.
Alcohol.
Actually, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, he's pretty good at those.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes.
Wow.
I rolled an 8.
Wow, you are really good at those, and it really did not matter.
This wine is just beyond anything you've ever drank before. That must be it.
Yes,
It
but
is.
It
It's
is very hard to get a sense of whether or not it is good at first, so you definitely need more tastes.
Yeah, and I'm sure as I'm embellishing the story of the things that I'm telling these people that they just keep bringing me by like cups and cups.
Shots.
What's a shot?
Well, it's a lot. It's not a very large amount of alcohol, but it's really big alcohol.
But if it's not a
Yes.
large amount of alcohol, can it be a big alcohol?
You'll find out.
Zahndohr is completely wrecked.
Oh boy.
So is he like a happy drunk, an angry drunk? What are we dealing with here?
I think at the moment, as he is cresting into drunkenness, I think he's a happy drunk for now. We'll see what happens if he keeps drinking.
He is getting really good food right now, so it's probably keeping him in a good mood. We'll keep
Yes.
feeding him good food. He'll be thrilled. It'll be fine.
Minimal casualties.
Yes. If he gets out of line, we'll banish him. It's fine.
So confusing.
Just saying.
He's just like, but I'm from the astral. Why isn't the banishment sending me back there?
Right?
No, because because you can't lay eggs on the astral plane. It doesn't work. So you have to lay eggs in the material plane. So
No,
really,
you can lay them on the astral. They won't hatch until we're somewhere else.
So are you not you until you hatch, or how does that work?
Am I me?
I guess not. Like, if banishment sends you here, then...
Wait,
Huh.
do you lay eggs? Am I confused by this?
No, I'm male. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, do your people lay eggs?
Of course I don't lay eggs. That's ridiculous.
I mean, were you born from an egg? Is that how you're born? I didn't know this of your people.
I wasn't. Was I there when that happened?
I mean, did you start as an egg?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Me
You
neither.
probably-
Man. Me neither.
That was
Maybe I was from an egg. Who can say?
hundreds of years ago. How am I supposed to remember that?
I mean, are your children born with? I mean, have you ever never seen a child born of your people?
Xander gets real quiet and real sad because he's never had a girlfriend.
Oh no! You know, here, have more food. This is a really good cheesecake. Eat it. It's delicious.
But how is it so? Cheese is hard. Why is it a cake?
It is a baffling mystery, isn't it?
I must investigate.
Get you off that mind, because I was like, oh, someone is about to be sad again. Nope, I do not want him bawling and crying now.
And as the
my
evening
God.
comes to a close,
What is this?
the bard sings a song.
Wait, do we have the actual song? Oh, this is funny.
Oh no.
Oh, someone's gonna try to be singing along with this, aren't they?
Several people.
Yes, I will recite it for listeners. From caverns deep where shadows coil, where light is crushed by cursed soil, they braved the dark, defied despair, 5 hearts alight with fire rare. O celestial wanderers, bold and free, you lit a flame beneath the sea. Through drow and dread, through stone and flame, the world above now speaks your name. Zahndohr the blade, with fury crowned, Obzam's wisdom deep and sound, Gunther's strength like thunder roared, Anfera's spells in silence soared. Jezelle, whose eyes the darkness scorn, together hope from night was born. Oh, the choruses are different. O celestial wanderers, bold and true, the stars above remember you. Through mind and slime, through madness raw, you bore the truth the surface saw. Demogorgon's twin-maud rage, Jubilex's seething from his cage, whispers howl of more to come, of demons loosed and war begun. So raise the blade, prepare the ward, the wanderers bring us truth, our sword. The realms are not yet lost or torn, while heroes rise and stars are born. O celestial wanderers sung in gold, through you the tale of doom is told, but in your stride the world finds grace, the light of stars in shadows place.
That's not bad, actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we got our names in it. Did you see that? Our names are in there.
Huh. Who told them our
And
names?
There is a cheer after this, and even from the faction tables, although that might be just more of a polite cheer for the bard's work, but definitely the feast hall celebrate.
Cool.
Oh, we were introduced, remember? The king gave us I told him our names. You remember
Oh,
that?
that was like, yes, we've given our names several times. That was just half drunken rambling.
And as As the feast winds down, Brunor stands and excuses himself first, and then the other guests start to depart. The factions, delegations are the first to depart, I guess, and then some of the general crowd, and then a dwarf, one of the servants that was serving the food to your table, kind of walks up. I have been sent to collect you for a private audience.
Which one?
Now? looking at our drunken friend. Okay. Yeah, who wants a private audience?
The king.
Ah.
Oh, that's okay then.
Obviously, like, slaps himself a few times. Bucket of water, got one of those. Dunk my head.
Xander's also going to slap you. It's clearly some dwarven custom. I wouldn't want to be rude.
I'll give Zahndohr a slap.
He just slowly looks up at you and just like...
So now Anfera has to slap Jezelle. And then Gunther has to slap Anfera.
We all get a slap. My slap is more out of an annoyance for being slapped, but you know.
The servant leads you to a side chamber, and Brunor is in there, sitting at not his throne, but a nice chair at the head of a table. And he stands as you come in. I've told the allies you met tonight what you told me. I invited them here to learn what is happening, to share what we know, and to get their backing for what it is I propose. You have braved the Underdark and lived to tell the tale. You know better than anyone what it is we face, but we need to know more. The
What are you proposing?
The Zhentarim have a stake in a secret Underdark trading post called Mantle Dareth. If you can get them on our side, they'll guide you there, where you can meet with one of their agents, Gazrim Delok. He can provide you with a map to Graven Hollow. It is a legendary place built by the stone giants long ago, said to contain all the knowledge of the depths. If there's an answer to be found of what has happened, you might find it there. If you're willing to go back, that is.
I mean, you had Obzam at all the knowledge of the depths. Just like eyes like light up when that's said.
We will discuss it more in the morning when we're more sober. As I stare at my friends looking rather not good.
He nods. And I don't propose to send you into the dark unprepared, and I hope you make an impression on those gathered here tonight so they'll support our cause and your mission. Fortunately, I cannot be seen to meet privately with any of them, so that will be on you.
Oh, I see. I understand. So we are sort of the go-betweens of sorts.
Yes. From all of what I've seen and heard, there's no one better to do what needs to be done. So, when you can, tell me what your plan is.
We understand, sir. We will.
Anything else you would like to know now, though, before you go?
I'm waiting to kick somebody if they're after to ask something really, really stupid. But if they don't, then
one other thing you mentioned responsibilities that come with the cloak. I assume this would be one of them.
Not necessarily. The cloak is for that of the elite guard. It comes with benefits when protecting your charge. Unfortunately, this would take you away from that.
Ooh.
But he starts to say when you return and the demon lords have been dealt with. A spot is welcome for you on the guard.
See, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah, very well. Yes, we'll discuss where, what to do next. And
one more thing. He rolls out a map. Kind of has a few places marked on the map. Probably within... somewhere in that circle, I have a few parcels of land.
Oh,
and I would make you each steward of your own property in thanks for this.
Oh.
yes.
That's a
as
pretty
far
good deal, I
as
suppose.
as far as the expedition, how soon did you have in mind for this?
That all depends on preparations. I would not rush anything.
Yeah, I suppose we'll
So
see what the Zeds have to say.
Bring the various factions on board. That would help. Even if not, I can provide some direction, but the Zentarum are the most important, as they can lead you to Mantal Dareth. Otherwise,
Understood.
Finding Graven Hollow on its own is likely to take far longer.
Huh. Well, fair enough. We'll see about that. Tarums, what's their... Do you know what their angle is in this? Why they decided to show up? Have the demons been causing problems for them as well, or... Why would they...
Invited them.
Ah. Fighted them because you knew we'd need what they have.
Yes.
Alright, well, see if they can... If someone can be persuaded to stop the world from ending, if it's... Stop the world from ending instead of getting stuck in their own problems as usual.
Everybody is going to need your success. And rest assured, you will have my gratitude and that of all of Gauntlgrym. And all of Faerun, whether they know it or not, if you are successful.
I mean, okay.
Alright, I appreciate that. We'll need to discuss what happens now.
Yeah. Alright, let us get some sleep, and we'll wake when in the morning we'll have a discussion, and we will... obviously, we will still meet with these groups regardless of our decision, to get some assistance from them when possible. But we'll let you know.
Of course. I wish you good leave.
And I drag the drunk ones away. Who've been very oddly quiet. I wonder if they just passed out. They're just like just passed out on the table right now.
Jenna just turns and looks at you, He doesn't say anything, but after a couple of seconds in your head, and that's why.
Ah, yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that is why you are correct about that. Okay.
And then it just clearly his mental attention turns to someone else, and they get the other half of that conversation.
Oh no! He's like you're doing partial conversations in everyone's head.
Yeah, as his attention gets drawn, he's just like,
Some poor random guard gets like a snippet of the conversation.
They were talking about madness earlier. Is this that madness?
I think this is what going mad feels like.
I love it. All right, yep, we crash out and get them to sleep, and in the morning tell them what the king told us because so they're more clear-headed. Hey, they want us to go back down there with support.
Oh, not so loud. What's wrong with me? I'm dying.
Really? Really? You can't hold your alcohol? You have hangovers? Man.
It's a hangover.
Well, you don't have hangovers if you never drink anything. Then this happens.
I suppose.
This is awful.
Wait a minute. I think I've got this. I'm going to pull out Dawnbringer and, for the first time in the campaign, use it to cast Lesser Restoration.
I gets rid of it. Nice.
Ah! Yes! Finally!
And the drunkenness fades.
Is he happy or disappointed?
Very confused at the moment because he went from being asleep, which he's still not super sold on, to like awake and feeling awful to suddenly feeling normal.
Just like extreme whiplash.
Yeah, he's processing it for a little bit.
I will also point out that for several moments before, like, the feeling normal again, there was hangover and the incandescence of the sun.
Oh yeah, no, that's awful. That's the worst.
You were like blinded and then suddenly feeling better. You're not even sure what was going on.
Yeah, he was trying to gather his wits in order to cast the enhance ability Constitution on himself. In order to fight off this awful disease. Because he's clearly been poisoned by those drow at the...
Yes, that's what's happened.
So it turns out not everything on the Prime Material is awful. What did we eat last night? It was amazing.
Lots of things.
That's not very helpful.
I think there was a cheesecake involved at some point. To be honest, I'm still not convinced it's actually food. Might just be some kind of sorcery.
It was good though.
Yes, yeah. Can't argue.
And spoken, because she can only speak telepathically to Obzam. When this is cast, Dawnbringer, in a kind of warm voice, next time, dear, sip, don't storm. You're meant for mightier things than mug-induced mayhem.
Personally, I disagree, but you may have a point here.
All I'm hearing is that I can get as drunk. That's what the word you're using, drunk? Get as drunk as I want. And have no repercussions for it shortly after awakening with a little bit of magic.
Yes, exactly. That is the lesson to be learned here.
Better it learned.
Oh, sweet stars above, what did you have me do?
It's time for him to learn some important lessons about being a material.
Okay. Anyways, let's discuss the idea of going back down where we just literally ran away from.
Yes. About time we, turns out, you know how we were coming here and hoping they would have, people better equipped than us to deal with this whole situation? Turns out they didn't. Turns out it's pretty much just us. We're the best they've got. So, well, giving us land so far. Also, that food.
They offered us land. We can find our own land. We get a piece of land. If we do this, assuming we survive, it would be useful.
Yeah, so really it comes down to, is it worth it? Do you think it's worth the trouble to go down there and try all that again? Personally, I'm going. I think I need to know what that... They mentioned that place, the repository of all knowledge down there. I need to see that. Well, I'll be going, but the rest of you, I suppose it's up to you whether you think it's worth heading back down there.
What do you think, Gunther? Jezelle?
Let's do it.
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, we could all die horribly, but that's fine. I'm okay with it.
I mean, we made it out once. It makes it a good chance we'll make it out again, right? Is that the thought here?
Yeah. I mean, there's only if you calculate it, the more times we go down, the more chance of us not leaving. So it's better we go down to just cancel that out. Does that make sense?
No.
Then we should probably not go down.
All right. There you have it.
Yes, well, that's fair, but I'm going to do it anyway.
All right. Well, if Obzam's going, I guess I'm going.
Oh, that's how that works. Interesting.
What do you mean interesting? We're the only two dwarves in the party. I can't be left behind by you and make me look bad.
You would bring dishonor on your house.
Yeah.
So
Dishonor
family, dishonoring cow.
That's not how we dwarves roll.
Exactly.
And Jezelle?
Oh, why not?
Time to get back to the... Okay. Why not?
There's the chances of horrible death, the fact you'll have to stare down a demon lord, a whole variety of why nots. But on the other hand, that stupid matron might send another group of assassins after us, and that would be very funny.
I think we have a different definition of funny.
I mean, I remember the looks in their faces when their ambush collapsed on top of them and they all died. That was fun.
I don't think it was a funny look.
I mean...
I agree to disagree.
Alright. Are we getting paid out of this?
We're getting property.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we're getting a plot of land that we can do something with, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know what, but, something.
Individual plots or the same plot?
I think individual, but, we didn't go too deep into it because most of you were drunk, so we didn't ask too much about it.
Yes, I was...
As far as getting paid out of this, I imagine a reasonable time to figure that out might be all these factions that are about to start asking us questions.
Yeah, we have to have a discussion with all the factions, and we really, really need to make a good impression on the Zentarum, because they have access to information that we would need to get down back into the Underdark.
How good an impression do we need to make?
Good enough for them to escort us down into one of their bases in the Underdark.
All right. Well, Obzam, get on your glare grabs. Looks like you got a job.
Excuse me?
Oh, Obzam. I was just saying, Obzam's got to put on the horse and pony show, if you know what I mean.
All of a sudden, I don't think I do.
No,
They can figure it out. I mean, it's the whole fate of the world thing, you know? There's a bunch of demons coming up to kill us, and we're the idiots offering to go down there first, you know? Who turns down that offer?
Intelligent people.
Yes.
I also don't want to ruin the mystique for you, but you will come to realize that the world is always in danger of ending, or at least the prime material plane is.
Well.
I think Zahndohr touches on a good point. What's the point if there is no point?
Let's not get too philosophical on this, okay?
Alright, so we're going down.
There's no point.
Well, my god has put me with you guys for a reason. If you guys are going, then I am going to go. It is part of my mission.
Yes. Enjoy the week or two being able to look at the moon, then we go back down.
Yeah, no!
Kill a demon god.
You could find an artist to paint you a picture. To bring
Oh my gosh, I am absolutely going to do that. Absolutely. I need a moon picture. It's a great
Get,
idea.
Like, some kind of like permanent major image of the moon somehow. You know? Or actually, what you need? Actually, no. We've got that scrying orb. So, and now that you've seen the moon, now you can scry the moon.
Oh, true.
I wonder what the moon uses for a saving throw.
Oh my god. I don't even know how that would scry on the moon. I get to the surface of the moon and see monsters on the moon. No! This is not what I wanted!
Moon's haunted.
To scry
haunted.
the moon!
Thank you.
There's a demon lord on the moon.
Moon is a demon lord.
He just reaches through the crystal ball, grabs you. You're never seen.
Oh, it has been several days, so I would like to remind Zahndohr.
Yeah.
Silverbrand acts like a ring of spell storing, so you can store up to 5 levels worth of spells.
Should figure out what 5 levels of spells I want to put into it.
For research, like some research while I'm here, is anyone able to tell me what this cloak actually does? Like all of the effects.
Do I have Identify?
You should, right? Don't you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think we bought it on purpose for
you.
you.
We definitely bought it.
Then
right,
you can find out, I believe.
Oh yeah. I did. Right, you were just gone while we found it, and then like the week after, and then I forgot afterwards.
Okay. I will cast Identify in this delightful item.
I think you did already, and you didn't get much.
Yeah,
That's what we got.
Okay.
Identify does not provide any.
Give you everything.
Do you have Legend Lore Anfera? No. Veil, sorry.
Whoever I might be right now, right?
Correct.
Legend? I don't think so. What level is that?
5.
Ooh. Okay, that's cool.
One thing you do learn, and Tails kind of hinted at this. At one point in time, when you are trying to sell gems, when you touch a non-magical gem or art object, the value is reduced by half.
Oh.
It only
Okay.
affects a particular object once. It is a side effect. It was told that Arngrim could not be bribed, and as such, he was so steadfast in that any touch of wealth or art would devalue the item.
Okay. Well, someone else is going to need to be in charge of handling money from now on.
Not.
No, it's just
Gunther's going to raise his finger to his thumb to his forehead and say, "Bags not."
I can take. Yeah.
you do seem like the responsible one around here.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I'll just spend it. I'll tell you right now. I'll spend it on random things that no one wants because I'm awful with money. Oh, by the way, everybody, I've got a drift globe. So that's like roaming around beside us.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? If you got a couple of drift globes, you could put them in the skulls of your skeletons.
Oh, God damn! Don't give me ideas, bro. Bruh. Because I was going to use the drift globe just to like cast spells to draw people away from us. Because it's like it has to drift within 60 feet of us, which is like right on the edge. And it can cast daylight too, so it's pretty mean. But I was going to use it to like cast illusion spells and stuff on it, or maybe use it as a target for a fireball or something. I hadn't quite figured, but I think putting it into the skull of a skeleton is going to be badass.
Can it still hover while it's got the can it carry a skull? Like, could you just have a floating skull with glowing eye sockets floating around behind you?
Yeah, the problem with the drift globe is that you can't like direct its movement. You can make it hover, and then once you move away from it past 60 feet, it follows you to within 60 feet.
Yeah.
So while you're walking, it's always way behind you.
Yeah, I was just going to use it as a what do you call it? Like distraction. So if anyone tries to attack us, they'll attack that first. Or yeah, I hadn't fully figured it out, so we'll see what I come up with. But yeah, everybody, we now have a drift globe which follows behind us and is casting light.
So what you're saying is you should walk like 40 feet ahead of us so that we get the benefit of the drift globe.
Yeah, I should, but I'm not going to.
That sounds very... Wait. What does this thing
distance
do? Hold on. What did you just say this thing does?
It can cast daylight and it can cast light, but it has to be... It's about 60 feet behind us, so it's not really helpful, but it's cool.
Yet another member of our party emits light constantly.
Great. I'm excited about this. Can't you tell? As I glare at the glyph globe.
I'm fine with that.
It's like soft moonlight. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, no, he said daylight. Daylight is not soft moonlight.
It can cast daylight.
Yeah, it can cast daylight.
The normal light is actually like a soft moonlight. Is it like soft light? The light?
Normal light is the light spell.
Yeah, I think that.
No, see, yeah, I don't even like the normal light. See, look, you've just messed it all up. It's all you.
It can it's like do daylight once a day.
Yeah, it's like 60 feet away. You'll be fine.
You know what's gonna be funny about that? Is when we go back and we find those drow and we hit them with it, and then they'll all be naked.
No, it takes like an hour for the clothes to dissolve. Otherwise, Dawnbringer would have created a nudist column.
Why would they be naked?
Because their clothes dissolve in sunlight.
Yep.
Isn't it just their weapons?
No.
It's like most stuff the drow make.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Is the curse of the drow.
Do we have a long rest?
Oh, we've had plenty of long rests.
Oh, it's been days.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I'm just changing my spells out. I'm going to cast Mordekainen's Faithful Hound, which lasts for 8 hours? Yeah, that's for 8 hours. And then I just constantly move it with me. I have to use a magic action. Does the hound roar? No way. It's invisible. The only person that can see it is me, correct?
Does the spell say you can see it?
You conjure a phantom watchdog in an occupied space that you can see within range. The hound remains with the duration or until the two of you are more than 300 feet apart from each other. No one but you can see the hound. Yes. It's just me, baby. And it is intangible and invulnerable. When a small or larger creature comes within 30 feet of it, we're first speaking the password that you specify, which is boogers. When you cast the spell, the hound starts barking loudly. The hound has true sight with a range of 30 feet. At the start of each of your turns, the hound attempts to bite one enemy within 5 feet of it. Oh, saving throw. That's cool. Okay, cool.
Free dog.
Everyone, boogers is the password.
What password?
So the dog doesn't bark at you.
What dog?
Woo! Woo! That's just you just hear barking. You just hear barking. That dog. Boogers! And then it'll stop. I don't know if you guys are covered by it, right? I think it'll bark at you. It might even bite you. No, I won't make it bite you. Okay, cool. So I guess while we're doing what we're doing, I'm just playing with my hound. No one else can see it, so it's there. I promise, guys. I swear.
As I think we've got a nice full dance card from the various factions.
Yeah. Oh, I should have probably waited. Whatever. I'm doing this in the middle of whatever we're doing now. So
maybe keep it away from the door so it doesn't start barking at everyone as they come in.
Yeah, everyone's getting barked at.
You just have to just say boogers every 5 seconds as they're entering the door so it doesn't bark at them.
It's just funny to say.
We've created a situation ideal for diplomacy.
Hey, boogers. I just wanted to say hi. Are we talking to people here?
Not in your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, so it's just that usual thing of us just talking to each other in a room.
Yeah, the plan when you met up, when they offered an invitation for private audiences, it was going to be at another location.
Oh, okay. So, how far? So the question is, how far away are we traveling from our room? Otherwise, I'll leave boogers here.
Yeah.
Gauntlgrym is huge.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know where the meetings were set up for. So we'll head over there.
Are we out of 300 feet away?
Oh yeah.
Then I wonder if it'll teleport to me. It doesn't say. It just says once you're out of 300 feet, something happens. It doesn't say what. Nothing happens? Is that?
Nope. It
I'm not
remains for the duration or until the 2. So once you're out of 300 feet, it ends.
Oh, bro. I just wasted a spell slot. Yeah, whatever. Worth it.
Boogers.
That is correct.
Alright, so who are we meeting with the Zentarum first or the other faction?
Who would you like to meet first?
Let's get this Zentarum out of the way, I think.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
Let's go from tense encounter to bloodshed.
Yes. This is what I've been waiting for.
Come on.
Meeting with the Zentarum. There are basically somebody has to send a messenger or a sending. You were told basically for each of the factions when you were ready to meet with them to let them know this way.
Mm-hmm.
In response,
So
who's got sending or message?
Yo.
Message.
I do as well, I believe.
So in response to that, you are given directions to a meeting spot and a time. Arriving there, it is in a darker area of Gauntlgrym. It looks as though if there were drift globes around, they have been moved out of the way or something, or covered, so it is dimly lit.
Just my one.
I gotta put on the Helm of Dread for this meeting, right? Right? They're basically asking.
Yeah. I'm gonna summon my construct as well. We're trying to project power, right? Was it to me?
Summon construct. Does that have a range restriction as well?
No. Just an hour. Call it forth and then it'll just follow me for an hour or so. It is concentration though.
So in the meeting spot, there is Davra, who you saw. You saw two of her attendants last night. In the shadows scattered around, there are also many more Zentarum, kind of at a safe, wary distance, watching for any signs of betrayal. And she is standing there, expectant.
Lady Jessa, pleasant to meet you. Pleasure to see you again. I believe we have some business to discuss. Is this, venue private enough
I can
for
do your
taste?
charisma thing, I think, just so you know. Yeah, the enhance ability. I'll do that for you before we do this, just so you know.
oh no, we're gonna have me roll charisma check? Bad idea.
I mean, hopefully not, but just in case.
Fair. Alright, I mean, unless someone else wants to do the talking, but so far that hasn't happened, so, yeah.
Yes,
This is
business.
Yes, well, I believe... Did the king mention what he was suggesting, for us? He described to us that we might... Passage to one of your bases might be extremely useful in dealing with this threat to the Underdark and soon enough the surface.
But before we get to that, if there are any clarifying questions that you want to ask, feel free. We are open to any questions that you have regarding our stories, or let me say, our trek here. We'll call it that. Our journey.
I am told you saw Demogorgon firsthand. Describe it for me.
Obzam will do his best to describe the moment when a giant demon came out of the lake and then he temporarily went insane and ran away. I imagine some of that encounter is a little fuzzy, but he'll describe what he can. I think only he and Zahndohr were the only ones who actually saw it, so...
Yeah, I wasn't with the group, so I didn't see it, so you two get to work off each other, right? no, it had this. Oh, right, you're right.
He asks other
My lack of minor image.
questions,
I mean,
especially
I
about...
also cast minor image and minor illusion and use that for illustration purposes, but it really doesn't capture the full effect.
He asks other questions about Slubadop and the Koatoa, and basically descriptions on just what Demogorgon was doing, but most of that is vague from you guys because you were also fleeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of know the impacts as he gets closer and the impacts on the people, but as far as what he was doing there, who knows? Giving people multiple heads.
You want access to Mantle Dareth.
If that creature were to work its way through the Underdark and appear, it would be a very big challenge for everybody. It is best to defeat it, or at least find a way to stop it within the Underdark itself.
Not to mention your own interests in the Underdark. Might be better protected if that thing were gone sooner or later.
Plus, the longer it roams around, the more insane those people get.
To tell you the truth, I don't know what communications you've had with Mantle Dareth recently, but I would not be surprised if cult of one or another demon lord was beginning to take root under their watch. It was happening nearly everywhere.
This is concerning, but also you must understand that Mantle Dareth has been a somewhat neutral trading outpost among denizens of the Underdark. Surface dwellers, while not necessarily unwelcome, are not very common either. Its entrances are secret and kept safe. The fact that I can lead you there, and she kind of rolls her eyes. Among those present, only I can lead you there.
Means you are also putting yourself at risk for this kind of thing.
Yes. Now, I would like to bargain then. She kind of thinks for a moment.
Just wait patiently for her to...
I will send you with somebody that can get you in, if you agree to provide a full share of the treasure that you claim during your next incursion, and a full reporting to me of all information that you give to Brunor or the other faction leaders while you are here.
Just to note, we don't know what kind of treasures that we're likely to get down there. I mean, we may end up with hardly anything. I just want to set that expectation.
Huh.
I don't want you to be disappointed or suspect that we are taking anything. If we make this promise, we would uphold it. But
there are ways to verify whether or not you actually do find anything, so that is fine.
And if we don't, it would not affect the deal?
A share of nothing is nothing.
That's
I
fair
would
enough.
make an amendment to this. If, as I suspect, there is a cult of one or another demon lord in your valued base of Mantle Dareth that is taking root and spreading its corruption, I think adequate compensation for removing it root and stem, as we have proven our ability to do several times so far, would be, one share of the treasure that we encounter on that incursion. Do you think that is fair? The information, that we will give you.
It is not my outpost.
It is neutral. So if we were to do something like that, we would have to seek any
So
such reward from the city.
It is not your,
from the city
it is
itself.
not your interest that you control. It is not in your interest for it to continue its operations there. I was under the impression that it was somewhat important to you, but if not,
It is important to several, but also I put myself at risk sending somebody to lead you there.
very well. I
I'm
do not dispute
sure
the terms.
that if there are troubles there and you do deal with those troubles, that would probably come with its own gains then.
From the outpost itself.
Yes.
It seems reasonable, but any gains from those would not be considered.
Why not? It is
No,
all part of
no.
your
Of course she
incursion.
wants. Of course she wants to share everything.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify and make sure I
that
understand.
Mantle Dareth was your operation, but if it isn't, then I suppose we'll have to negotiate with whoever runs that place. Who does run Mantle
The
Dareth?
Zentarum as a whole kind of control the holdings, but it is also not. It is more fluid than that, I suppose. The Black Network itself isn't in control of it.
Very well. Terms are not unreasonable.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
I do just to wonder, like, okay, so there's a bunch of people you this can talk to them instead. Like
just
the
because my
Dwergar
brain-
the Dwergar owe us some favors. Maybe
Yeah.
some of them know where to find it.
So
Yeah,
wait,
well.
so my brain, just to clarify, they said a share of the treasure, meaning they basically get their pick. Is that sort of the idea? I just want to make sure I understand this.
Share
Or does that mean-
basically you total everything up and divide it by however many of you there are plus one extra. And
Okay. So they just count as an extra party member
Yeah,
that we
they-
divide treasure.
They're getting like 16%.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that.
and
A single share is fine.
items would be like, consider the value and possibly an item instead of a share of coin, but it doesn't
Whatever.
have to
Do
be
the
that
accounting
way.
later.
Yes, I can send. In fact, she kind of glances around and nods, and rather quietly, 8 of the figures that have been scattered around at a wary distance kind of approach and get in a double-ranked line. I can send them with you to assist.
Are they guides only, or do they know how to fight?
They are not incapable in battle.
As long as they can defend themselves while we deal with the main issues.
They are basically CR 1/2 thugs.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
But they get,
So in a fight
They
there.
got like 20 HP, which is not bad,
they
but
get
Yeah.
advantage when they team up against people, though.
Do they have range fighting, or do they only melee?
No, they have range too.
Okay,
and do they
let's
have
stick
do
with
they
range.
have magic weapons?
Do they have life insurance?
Hell, they work for the Zentarum.
Does the Zentarum have life insurance on them?
Who on earth gives life insurance policies to Zentarum agents? I'm pretty sure, like, if you're in the Zentarum, having a life insurance policy on you is, like, extremely dangerous.
Yes.
That means
that's why
someone
they
can
have
get
it.
money. That means someone makes money when you die.
Yes, that's exactly why they have it. As far as I know.
When you
Um,
when you are ready to leave, let me know. I will have them on standby.
I'm gonna bow to her, and then leave. So, excuse me.
And remember, let me know what the others ask of you, or what you tell the others.
Okay, I mean, we expect to tell them pretty much the same thing we told you. I don't doubt there'll be anything different, but
Hold up, backing up real quick. I believe the deal was whatever information we share with the others, we share with her, right? Was that what she asked?
She asked for a full reporting to her of all information given to Bruno or the other faction leaders.
Okay, so we don't have to tell her what they tell us, just what we tell them.
Right.
Okay, just check.
in regarding to this matter, of course.
Yeah, in regard to this matter.
As you know, if they share any like military or state secrets with us, then we don't have to tell the Zentarum about them.
That would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah. Or a really good idea if we wanted to get in with the Zentarum, but... Alright, cool. And I think we can conclude this meeting, and who's next on the docket?
Yeah, we'll range on. Who do we want to do next here?
Does anybody have to go?
It's
I can
11
go for like another, 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, something.
I realized today was Sunday and I was supposed to do my unemployment.
That sounds important.
Yeah.
We can close for the night, or we can do one more meeting.
Let's do one.
I'm good.
Who would you like to meet next?
Let's see, we've got Harper's, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Lord's Alliance, and the Emerald Enclave, right?
And the Githyanki.
And the Githyanki, and I guess Brunor, maybe? We're supposed to meet with him last.
Probably last.
Let's do the Githyanki.
Sure.
I'm interested in why they're in town.
Wild guess, Mind Flayers?
Maybe.
Githyanki. Sending a message to him. We will meet kind of in a rather sparsely furnished room. Don't freeze on me now.
Very shortly. Okay.
Computer is acting up at the moment.
It's not working. Do we just want to
Yeah, is it
call it here?
Did something oh, did we lose sound?
It seems something happened.
Yeah, did he? Yeah. Nope, we can't hear you.
Can you hear us? Probably not then.
Nope,
Can
we
see
see
that
you
you're
lighting up.
speaking.
Yeah, your speaker lights up, but nothing happens. Okay, so he can't hear us.
Oh, you can hear us. Okay.
Yeah, the speaker lights up, but nothing happens.
Shall we call it here then?
Yeah, do you want to just call it here so you can work on it? Okay. Hopefully you get your sound. Yeah, we can do the ending here. Thank you for joining us. You can kill the stream on that one. See you next time. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, better luck next.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night,
Yep.
everybody.
Good
Next
night.
week or 2 weeks?
Yeah, put that in the chat, will you, Joe, for the time?
See you guys. Have a good week, everybody. See you guys.
Yep.
I am out next week.
You're out next week. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We really only need the we need to make sure our friend here shows up for the gift talk, right?
Listening to Gift Talk.
Gift talk.
Today we're going to be hearing about the astral plane, the material plane, and how you can
Yes.
transit between
It'll
them.
be a lecture.
Test.
Oh, there you are.
go.
See, look, we hear you
It
now.
was just Gunther. Gunther was messing up your connection.
Yes, it's all Gunther's fault.
No, it killed NVIDIA, which is my noise cancellation, so it killed my mic.
Cancel all your noise.
Yep, it killed all my noise. All right. Good night. We'll see you next time. Let me stop the stream.